Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get nice and comfy because I would like to record in our living room today. My name is Melina, formerly fat, currently fed up. And today we are doing a video that I am very excited about. I am a big believer that if you want to lose fat simply for aesthetic reasons, there is no problem with that. A lot of times when people say I want to lose weight, they're like, well, I want to lose weight for these really, I want to chase my kid more, and I want to walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded, which are awesome, great reasons to lose weight. I'm not saying that they're not at all, but at the very end, and it's like, and I also, I just want to look better, or I want to fit into this bikini that I used to fit in, or I just want to look good. I just want to look really good naked. And they say that like it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. My last fat loss phase I did strictly for aesthetic reasons. I see no issue with that. However, I know a lot of people in the fat acceptance, health at every size, and just generally fat activists in general really have an issue with that. So today I'm going to give you 100 reasons why you should not want to be fat. Obese, especially severely obese. I would even argue overweight, but there is a very small amount of being overweight that is fine. But that leads to obesity. So once you get into that overweight category, you have extra visceral fat, you take your waist to height ratio, you know it's time to start reining it in. So because apparently it's not okay that you want to look thinner, here are 100 reasons why you should not want to be obese. And before we continue, as you can see in the title, I am very close to 10,000 subscribers. Actually insane to me because I started this channel just a few months ago. Incredible. You guys are so sweet. I love interacting with all of you, not only on here, but also on Instagram. So once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I will be doing a $100 giveaway sponsored by me, just as a thank you to you guys. Stick around to the end. I will give you guys more information about that. But for right now, we're going to jump right into this. I have the list on my phone. I cannot memorize 100 things like that. I'm going to have this in 4 different sections. The first section will be health risks. The second section will be mobility and function. The third section will be mental health and cognitive function. And the fourth section will be woman specific, and specifically with fertility and pregnancy. I just want to say this video is not about fat shaming people or bullying fat people. It's simply to bring awareness of the life that you will eventually get if you become obese or stay obese. Being obese is not just a body type, it is a slow grind into the life that you do not want. For section 1, health risks. We're gonna start with the obvious, what fat does inside of your body. You have a higher risk of heart disease, higher risk of high blood pressure, your risk for stroke skyrockets, high cholesterol, fatty liver disease, sleep apnea, which means you quite literally stop breathing in the middle of the night. And yes, I know that skinny people can get all these things too. Skinny people, yes, but your risk for these things, as the bigger you get, go up even more. We are not talking about skinny people. This is about being obese and the risks that come with it. Acid reflux, gallstones, kidney disease, chronic inflammation, your hormones are a goddamn mess, and you have increased cancer risks, which includes breast cancer, colon cancer, uterine cancer. You'll have a weakened immune system. You can develop asthma, migraines, poor circulation, a higher resting heart rate, blood clots, and you're aging faster down to a cellular level. That was only 20 of the health risks that come with being obese. There are a lot more. You could probably list 100 different health risks, but for the sake of brevity, I'm only leaving 20 in that section. Section 2 is mobility and function. Being overweight and or obese makes your life harder, period. You cannot argue this simply because gravity exists. You would be at a higher risk of developing joint pain and arthritis, knee and hip wear. You can't walk far without getting winded, and you cannot walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded. You have poor balance, you have back pain, you have slower reflexes, and getting up off the floor is a pain. Just think about it this way. If you are at an event in public, and let's say there was an active this, how are you going to run away to safety? What if you have a child with you? How are you going to pick up your child and run for safety? You can't, because you have eaten yourself to a point where you can't even run for your life. Or if you fall, how are you going to get up? You'll avoid travel because of plane seats, or you'll be forced to buy 2 plane seats because you've eaten yourself into other people's spaces. You rely on chairs, carts, and scooters way sooner than what you should, which also takes it away from the older people who genuinely need it. I mean, sure, obese people do genuinely need it because their body is that of an old person, but it is 100% preventable. You get tired doing basic chores, bending over feels like a deadlift, and exercise becomes a punishment instead of freedom. This one is so common, and it is so sad because exercise is a privilege that some people don't have. And I'm not talking about people who have eaten themselves to a disability. Sure, they don't have that privilege, but that's something that they chose. I'm talking about people who have lost limbs, people who are paralyzed. They don't have a choice or an option to go work out. But if you are obese, you do have that choice and you do have that option. Yes, it hurts now, I get it. You can do low impact movements like swimming, but to get to a point where you can't move your body without pains and aches, when there are people out there who would kill to do that. It's really sad. You have less energy all day. You can't keep up with your children. You feel like you're always dragging. Pain is your baseline. This is one thing that is crazy to me because the other day I spoke about this in one of my vlogs. I had a bad day, a bad food day. I made 2 bad choices. I ate a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich, and then I had a chicken burrito from a food truck. My systems were not in place. I wasn't practicing discipline. This hardly ever happens with me, and it did the other day. I felt so bad. Not really mentally, I mean, I guess a little bit, but physically I felt horrible. I felt bloated. I felt inflamed. My energy was zapped. I was falling asleep at my desk at work at 2 p.m. That never happens to me, ever. I have sustained energy. I'll wake up in the morning throughout the entire day until I go to bed. I never get tired at my desk, but eating that food drained me. It was kind of scary. People who eat fast food every single day, like that is their normal. That is their baseline. And they don't know how good they will feel when they stop eating crap like that and switch to a mostly whole foods diet. 80-20. 80-20 is all you need. I'm not saying you can't eat your favorite foods ever again. Never said that. Hell, I had Chick-fil-A. Like, that's my 20. And guess what? I'm not getting Chick-fil-A anymore because that did not make me feel good. I get these comments a lot and I absolutely appreciate and love them. If you are someone who has switched to a basically whole foods diet from a ultra processed diet, let me know in the comments how big of a difference it made. Or if you started moving a little bit more, or if you started drinking more water, or not looking at your phone directly in the morning, let me know how those changes helped you, because I promise you guys, it is a freaking switch. And when you've lived decades of your life feeling like crap, you think that's normal. It's not. You can't fully play your favorite sports if you have a favorite sport and your clothing doesn't fit how you want it to. Section 3 is mental and cognitive health. Is this the most important one? I think this might be the most important one. Honestly, they're all very important, but this is the biggest change that I saw in myself when I switched to a healthier lifestyle and living 80-20, 90-10. Being obese does not protect your mental health. It actually destroys it. Increased depression, higher anxiety, emotional eating cycles, brain fog from blood sugar swings. And the thing about the blood sugar also is most people, when they're eating breakfast, it's a sugar heavy breakfast. So their insulin goes like whoop, their blood sugar goes whoop, and guess where that has to go? Whoop. There's your blood sugar swings. And then that's where you have the crash. That's where you crave more sweets. And then you eat more and you're just like this all day. All day. It sucks. It's horrible. I know. I used to be a sugar addict. I used to be obese. No one likes to, some people don't like to believe me, but I was obese. I am 4'11" and I weighed over 150 pounds. I was obese. I was addicted to sugar. I would eat a Tony's chocolate bar, like the ones like this big, for breakfast. Yeah, that would be the start of my day, Tony's chocolate bar. And 2 crumble cookies for lunch. It was it was bad. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, because I know how bad I felt back then, and I know how good I feel now, and I know it is possible to get through the end. I know it's possible because I've done it, which means you can do it too. That's why I push so hard on it. This is why I push so hard on people, the ones that want to change. If you don't want to change, then you do you, I guess. I mean, it does affect us on a societal level, which I will get into. But the people who do want to change, that's why I'm so like, I'm pushy with you guys, because I know you can. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm not going to hold your hand, but I'll tell you when I'm proud of you. I'll tell you when you're effing up about something. But I know you can do it. I know you can. You have guilt after every binge, social withdrawal, lower confidence in your choices, and lower confidence in yourself. Insomnia, being addicted to ultra-processed foods, lower motivation from chronic fatigue, cognitive decline risk. If you're not aware, dementia is actually being called like diabetes type 3. Studies show that type 2 diabetes can be a risk factor for Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, and other types of dementia. And people are actually calling Alzheimer's, or is it dementia? One of the two. Type 3 diabetes. You feel trapped in your own body. A lot of obese and super morbidly obese people say that they feel like a prisoner inside of their own body. Shame spirals from daily struggles, low emotional resilience, poor impulse control due to blood sugar dysregulation, higher stress hormones, mood swings, less discipline in other areas of life, because it does spill out to other areas. This is why, and I know this might be a controversial take, that's okay. That's why I'm here. But there is a reason why, if you have two people walk into a room full of other people, one is fit, one is obese. The fit person will automatically get more respect, because when you see those two types of people, whether this is right or wrong, argue about it in the comments, that's fine. But when you see someone who is fit, your brain automatically, and I'm not saying skinny, I did not say skinny. I said fit for a reason. You know that that person is disciplined. You know that person respects themselves. You know that person has drive. You know that person can stick to something. If they say they're going to do it, the chances of them actually doing it is true, because going to the gym, eating healthy, getting good sleep, stress management, all of that, these are all difficult things that you have to have discipline for. You're not born with these things. You do not wake up and just do these things. Meanwhile, someone who is obese, sure, you might be disciplined in some aspects of your life, but you're not disciplined with yourself. You don't have drive when it comes to taking care of yourself, and your health is your biggest asset. If you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of other things? Sure, you can take care of your kids and your pets and stuff, but I mean, I've seen cases where morbidly obese people are not taking care of their kids. Their kids have to take care of them. They're not taking care of their animals. They're having their animals pee and poop inside, Amberlyn Reed, because they're so big and too lazy to take them outside. Am I saying that every single obese person does this? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when you respect yourself, it shows, and other people will also respect you from a baseline level. Now, if you get to know them and then the fit person's an asshole, obese person's super cool, fine. But I think the point still stands. You settle for less, and you are much more reactive, less likely to stay calm. You guys see that video of that fat lady asking for more cheese? I'll put it in right here. It's hilarious. Cheese! Section 4 is women specific, and this is where it gets very serious, because your weight, and I know the girls, the fat acceptance girls don't want to hear this, especially the ones that want to be mothers. Your weight directly affects your fertility, your pregnancy, and the outcome of your child. I feel very strongly about the children, okay? You're more likely to have irregular or missed periods. PCOS should be a reason why you don't get fat in the first place. Yes, it makes losing weight harder, but that should be a reason why you don't get fat in the first place. Infertility, just as a whole, if you are too big, your body cannot sustain life. Miscarriage risk, gestational diabetes, although I will say I'm pretty sure that gestational diabetes, not only if you're like large, of course that is a risk, but I also believe that if your body creates a certain like protein, you're more likely to get that. I will Google that. Yeah, so you are at a higher risk if you are obese, But also, the exact cause is unknown. The prevailing theory is that the placenta, the organ that delivers water nutrients to the fetus, it produces a hormone that blocks the mother's ability to use insulin effectively. So yes, anyone can get it, but you still are at a higher risk if you are obese. Preeclampsia, which is life-threatening, having to get an emergency C-section, longer, harder labors, and your child has an increase in birth defects. You'll likely have a harder postpartum recovery and trouble breastfeeding. Postpartum depression risk is higher. Your baby can be born with more body fat, and the likelihood of your child being obese is higher. So you are no longer just affecting yourself, you are affecting another human being. That you should be doing everything in your power to be born, to have a healthy baby, and to give them the best start at life. And obesity is not the best start at life. Prenatal testing becomes more difficult the more body fat that you have. Also, less provider options. A lot of providers will drop women if they go over a certain BMI range. Pretty sure that happened to Alexandra Rodriguez and she was surprised Pikachu face. Poor placental function and more complications with anesthesia. Pregnancy discomfort skyrockets and you age out of fertility faster. If those weren't enough to scare you as a woman who wants to get pregnant, I don't know what will. I don't know what to tell you, but we're moving on to section 5, which is lifestyle, longevity, and cost. These are the invisible chains of obesity. Shorter lifespan, more medication over time, higher healthcare costs, your insurance costs more. Not only healthcare insurance, but also life insurance. And speaking of healthcare insurance, everyone's premiums are higher because of obese people. I know that sounds mean, but taxpayers are funding the cost of obesity. Obesity costs the US $173 billion. That's a B, a big B, and those dollars are coming directly from our pockets. Travel becomes a hassle. You miss out on things that you want to go to. You'll likely have lower productivity and miss more days from work. You may be overlooked for jobs or promotions simply because of weight bias, even if you are qualified for the job. Plus size clothes cost more and you have lower mobility as you age, which means sooner dependence on others. More surgeries are going to be needed. Hospital stays are more dangerous, earlier disability, and a lower chance of aging gracefully. You'll have a harder time recovering from injuries and a harder time getting stronger again. Your independence fades, and the 100th reason is you lose time, which you can never get back. I told you this wasn't about looks. This is about quality of life. It's not about sitting around and waiting for something to motivate you. If you are someone who has been stuck in the fat acceptance trap, I applaud you for sticking through all of this, and this is now your wake-up call to get the out of it. You deserve more than chronic illness. You deserve energy, you deserve confidence, and you deserve choice. You don't have those things when you're obese. This is your sign to take the first step and take control back of your life, because no one is coming to save you. I really hope this resonates with people. I'm sorry if I was a little aggressive, but I feel like my point comes across better and stronger when I cut through the shit. I get comments all the time saying, thank you for cutting through this shit. There's no sugarcoating. I'm not sugarcoating anything here because you will probably eat it. I would have ate it if it was sugarcoated, I'll tell you. Don't let anyone in the fat acceptance community tell you that being obese is good or that it's empowering. There's nothing good. There is nothing empowering about being obese. And if that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but that means you need to make a change, and you can. I believe in you. You can do it. Let's go. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you appreciated it. Let me know your thoughts below. If you have any other ideas or any other reasons, please put them down. Let's get this list to like 1,000 reasons. I know we can. Even if I already talked about your reason, if one of these reasons, if I say reason one more time, if any of these reasons resonated with you, please let me know why. Now I will talk about the giveaway. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane to me. You guys are incredible. Because of that, and because of the 100 reasons why you should not be obese, I'm going to be doing a $100 giveaway, sponsored by me, as a thank you to you. The giveaway will not start until I hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed already, now is your chance. You could win free money. No proof of purchase is necessary. Once I hit 10K, I will make another video with the actual giveaway, but it's gonna be something very simple, just like commenting whatever prompt that I give you and then posting a screenshot on Instagram if you want a double entry. So nothing crazy at all. I will give two options. The first one will be an Amazon gift card, and the second option, which I actually prefer, but you don't have to choose that, is a $100 gift card to whatever grocery store of your choice, as long as I can purchase it online. But I do like the idea of people buying food with the money that I give them, because that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's gonna be it. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later, so ensure that you are subscribed. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you haven't already. Comment some reasons down below. If you don't want to comment anything, just leave me a random emoji. It really does help. And until next time, goodbye.